Hey guys and gals, let's build the Halloween Barn by Lego. This is set number 40721. Contains 205 bricks, retails for $14.99, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego, for sending this to me because this looks pretty interesting. So we got ourselves a skeleton figure, and we got to make this dark, gloomy barn. It doesn't look too bad, and the building guide just jumps right on in to the first bag. We do have an 8x16 yellow plate. I've never seen it in that color before. We got 5 numbered bags. So, not too bad. I'm going to set these off to the side here. Trip over all my other tutorials that I'm working on. And let's begin with bag number 1. Okay? And I have been very busy getting things done. We'll get to that here in a second. And I haven't been sleeping very well. It's just a lot of stuff going on in my mind, but at least I'm getting stuff done here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll need this, obviously. And the first thing we got to build is a skeleton. So, if you've been keeping up on my videos and stuff, I don't know if some of you have heard, but I actually managed to get the bust build done. And I got the 3rd building guide done for the Michael Myers house, and I'm about 30% done with the 1st building guide for that. So all I'm doing now is putting I've stopped where the doors and windows are going in. And then ringy ringy goes the doorbell, and I got this in here today, so give me a break from looking at building guides. So yeah, I'm slowly plugging away. My goal is to get it done by the end of September, hopefully in the middle of September, but I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. And there's our skeleton figure. Okay, you can sit there and watch. And boy, that looks very washed out. Let's see if we can tone the exposure down for you a bit there. I really don't know how these look until I do them on video. So, that Michael Myers house is a killer, but I've been getting a lot of requests for it, so I'm going to try to get that going as quickly as I can. And now we have this in the way. So this one doesn't look too bad. I'm hoping it's a quick build, because I'm going to do this in the review and just get it all done right now real quick. And today is August 26, 2024. Now the Michael Myers house, I already have building guide number 3 fully done. Building guide number 1 is pretty involved. So when I post the building guide up on Rebrickable, I'm just going to say, warning, this is for experienced builders. It is not for the faint of heart. It's not hard, but I'm just going to say a 5-year-old won't be able, or a 10-year-old won't be able to put that together. It's going to be very hard. I can build it, but I've been doing this for so long. But what's with all the iPads going off? Let's put that on mute. Oh, it's just a game going off. Alright, well, we don't need to be hearing that. It means it'll be going off for the next 20 minutes. And just working on building guides alone, I'm starting to get kind of tired of working on it. So when the set came in, I thought, well, I kind of want to get this guide done, at least most of it done today. Well, let's get the set done first. Get it done. I'm going to try to edit it today and try to do a batch. I'm doing a batch of 50 pages per manual right now. So when I get done with the batch, I go and do the next batch, so I don't have like 300 or 400 pages, because the rough guide for manual 1 is 300 pages. So I'm trying to condense that down a bit. Lots of work, lots of writing. So that's what I've been up to. Got a couple more tutorials built, including a watercraft. I got 3 vehicles done for next year, and I'm going to see if I can get some more stuff done. I got 7 more vehicles I got to make, so I'm slowly working on next year's projects. Maybe switching to speed builds. More people are requesting them. They say they'd rather see something fast like this. And yeah, I'll do that and just narrate it or put some music in it or something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So maybe just talk about the build and where to find it. I don't know yet. But the regular type tutorials will be on the YouTube memberships. That kind of thing. I'm also selling a bunch more of my guides. I'm starting to slowly preserve those. I'm getting more comments saying they appreciate these over the tutorials, the video tutorials. And yeah, video tutorials are on their way out. You know, I think everybody wants to build at their own pace. You can read ahead. You don't have to skim through a video, all that stuff. So yeah, I can understand why some people get kind of annoyed with them. Yeah, and yeah, well, what are we doing right now? We're doing Halloween stuff. So it's so far this build, yeah, it's keeping my interest, but I think because I didn't get enough sleep last night, and 2, I already got a bunch of other things on my mind. Oh, this one didn't come with a brick separator. What are you doing, Lego? Not including brick separators with any of this stuff anymore? Seems like that's becoming an ongoing thing. Now, the reason why I mention it is because a few of you have asked me to mention if it has a brick separator or not included with the set. So that's why you always hear me say, is there one in there or is there not one in there? And usually, well, these type of sets, they don't have one provided. Looks like we got ourselves a honey pot. I can use one of those. And a wine bottle. And got a few of these studs here, so I must have forgot some pieces. Alright, yes I did. And yes, my hands are in the way. I can't do nothing about that, but well, that's it for bag 1. And so far, nothing's fallen apart or anything. So the set so far is a 10, and that's what we have remaining. Alright, so let's see what we have in bag 2. I see some purple tiles in there. I can always use those. And I see some 1x3 purples. I don't think I've ever had those in that size before. And some black slopes and stuff like that. And some earth green profile bricks with the single groove or brick bricks. I think we get 5 in there. Okay, well, let's get back to the build. And okay, so I'll put this here. I notice more people are watching these than they are watching the review portion. So I don't know. I wish I had more commenters on these because I'd like to know if that's what you guys prefer. Because eventually I'd like to use this, my main channel for the custom stuff, and this one's strictly for reviews. And then I'll let you pick. Okay, we got some brittle brown, reddish brown profile bricks. Kind of cool. Yeah, we've been planning out vacation time out here. Everybody now wants to go on a vacation, and you know how that usually goes. And I really do need to get away. Kind of tired of work, and there's a few in my family that love working over going on vacation. To me, I want to get out of town. I don't want to be dealing with the computer going off or the phone ringing or the doorbell chiming. I just want to get away from things. And boy, the weather out here has been really nice. It's been favorable. It's been in the 70s and 80s in the middle of August. I know up in Northern California they actually got hit with a few inches of snow in summertime, which is very rare. But you know what? Hey, that's cool by me. And I hate using these type of bricks, but that's what they say there, and swing it around. And then I think it goes there. Okay. Right in that area. So it looks like that in the back. Now, one thing I learned, don't mess with it because you may break it. So I've just been trying to get done with a bunch of new items for next year. And, oh, we got a printed eyeball. Hey, there was no sticker sheet in here. That's really good. In fact, it looks like... Hold on. I wonder if that glows in the dark. Let's see here. Will it glow in the dark? No, it doesn't glow. I was hoping it would. Like that. Set that right there. Now, what am I going to do with the set when I'm done? I usually don't save Halloween. I don't really get into I'm not really a Halloween person. I don't get into it. So this one probably will get parted. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think anybody here is into the Halloween stuff. Fine by me because I can use some of these parts. Jay, you're going to rip that set apart? Yeah, I'm going to rip that thing right down for the... It goes in the scrap bin. I've had some frown on me for that. I'm like, how do you think I got all those parts to make the awesome stuff? In fact, I'm still overdue for buying a parts haul. I got some parts I need to buy and finish up some tutorials and mocks. Well, I don't know when I'm going to get to those. Okay, now we're starting to strengthen up the doors. We'll test these out here in a little bit. We have plenty of extra studs. Oh, no, we don't. Just the random stuff. Where does the brown ones go, huh? Oh, it goes right here on the doorknob. Okay. So these do open up. They feel pretty solid. But I don't know if that's going to last too long in the back the way those are. But that's what we have remaining for bag 2. Alright, here we have bag 3. And somebody just started up their junk car. Look, my car is loud. Yeah, my 30-year-old pickup is real quiet. Matter of fact, I just put new steering fluid in there. I'm going to see if it's still leaking. I haven't noticed anything dripping, so that's good news. And hopefully I've got that problem resolved, because I don't want to have to put money into it for a new power steering pump. That I don't feel comfortable changing, which means I have to pay someone to do that. The air conditioning stuff is pretty easy. It's at the top of the engine. I can grab that, but anything I have to crawl under now, I'll leave that to somebody else who's more experienced than I am. Yeah, these are all supposed to be facing in here. Yeah, but for the most part so far, this is not a bad build. I don't think I've ever seen Earth Green 2x2s. I don't remember ever having any of those. So if you're looking for a really good set for Halloween, yeah, this one's a bit pricey, what we're getting. Price per part is fine, but that's what that looks like there, and that goes right down there. Pretty cool. But for me personally, if you're not into Halloween, yeah, you know, Yeah, I was looking at sticking some vinyl tiles on this, or a sheet of Formica, and that stuff is very heavy, and I don't want to make this table too heavy. If I'm going to make it that heavy, I'm going to put lighting underneath here. And I've been thinking about that. But right now, I got other things I have to worry about before I can get to that. I'd like to get that building guide done first. So the building guide for the Michael Myers house, it's going to be no more than 20 bucks, but I don't know what I'm going to have it as for the final build. I have to really go through it to evaluate it. And that's how I evaluate things, you know, how much is the build involved, you know, the length of the manual, is it a complex build or is it something very simple, that kind of thing. That's how I determine price per part on that. Usually it's about 1 penny or less per part. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. I have a bunch of building guides I've been putting up there for like $1. I mean, that's what I think they're worth. Does this light help a little bit? Yeah, maybe a little bit there. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. I've been getting a lot of stuff done, but it's... Ooh, that's new reddish brown, so maybe we don't have to worry about that breaking apart. But it's nice when you get, you know, builders and they're just wanting your stuff. Because when I first started writing up building guides, I was like, who's really going to buy this stuff, you know? Until I got more requests, I thought, if people are interested, I'll sell them. But I don't know. I don't know if my work's any good. And honestly, though, if you got that mentality, always just go for it anyways. The worst thing you can do is not sell a copy. Sometimes somebody may be looking for that specific idea. So we're using the single groove on the front side. The brick is on the inside. I guess it's for decoration purposes. Okay, I don't really have any of these bricks with the one stud in earth green. That's a nice part to have. Whoa, almost made a mistake there. This is supposed to go here first. So far, it's looking like something, but a creepy barn. We're not done with it yet, and that's what we have remaining for bag 3. Alright, now let's go see what we have in bag 4. Yeah, my eyes are getting a little heavy here. I need a nap. Had a lot of work to do today, so... And it's just mostly black parts. I could use those 18-degree slopes. Column bricks I don't use a whole lot of. And some of the seaweed stuff right there. Alrighty. We have a buddy of mine that's in our Discord server. He always does a lot of mock building. And he comes up with some really good small little clutter items. And sometimes I'm like, I wish I would have thought of that up first. He's told me I can use his ideas as long as I give him credit. I may have to take him up on that offer and promote his channel. He doesn't do tutorials. I said, well, I could build it. Well, there's a brown one that goes over here. And said, just give you credit. Because some people just don't like doing tutorials. They're hard. But the only thing is, when you're doing somebody else's work, you don't know what it involves. I have to build it first to figure out what it all involves and stuff like that. It's like, maybe I could. Some people come up with these really good ideas, like, man, why didn't I come up with that first? But we all see things differently. That's why the Lego community, well, the mod community anyway, is pretty cool. Yeah, so far it's looking like a barn. Kind of wish it was Skelter figures at least, but this one's not. But I'm sure it'd be a good little display piece for Halloween. I don't know if I had any of these in black. I think I do. Okay. Remember that piece? Remember the 3 arches I did a review on? One was too small, one was too big, and one is just right, like the 3 little pigs and Little Red Riding Hood and stuff. Oh, it's like we're missing something over here. No, I wasn't paying attention. Take a look here. Okay, I missed a whole step. That's why. Hold on. Let me pull this out. This is not supposed to go in there. I was assuming that, but it's not. Sounds like somebody's tired. He should have went to bed early last night. That's what happens. You got to work the next day. Only 2 or 3 hours of sleep is not going to help you. From experience, I know. Okay. That's essentially the barn right there. And now we're building something here. We're building something that goes on the inside here. Yeah, so for the most part, it's interesting. I'd say it's an average build. Is it keeping my interest? Honestly, I'm not into Halloween, so I can't really be too judging on this model here. But for me, not so much. Personally, for me. But the build's still holding at a good 10, except I'm making mistakes. Well, maybe we'll have to drop it down to a 9 after all. No brick separator. If I make a mistake, which we all make mistakes. Yeah. Got a big eye here. And then this goes, okay, right in there. Just pinch it right up in there. And of course it shows you, if you open up the little doors, it'll show you the eye is going to be watching you. God, I remember Halloween though when I was a kid. Now as a full-blown adult, it's not really appealing anymore. Time to decorate the old creepy barn with extra items, and you always hear me saying, you know, clutter items. And it's details like this that makes a bland build exciting. And we got a vine here, right on the top, right there. And that concludes bag 4 with no spare pieces. Alright, now we have bag 5, and that's the last bag we have to deal with. Now, when I do the tour of this is just going to be a simple 360 spin and then the review. Hey, this size of set is what I prefer to review. I don't want big sets. I always ask for modulars, never get them, but hey. They send me the little sets, that's fine by me because I got my own builds I got to do. And we got some flame yellowish orange leaf pieces. Those would be good for like fall colors. Why don't we stick that at the beginning when we're doing the first bag? Okay. Put that horn piece in there. Sometimes these are hard to get in. There we go, I got one in there. Well, I can't even get that tooth piece in there. It's already getting hot in here with all these lights. And they're LEDs too. It's just the light waves. Plus, I didn't sleep very well. Right in there. Okay. Yeah, but I remember when my, mostly my mom, though, sometimes my dad, when we were kids, would take us out for trick-or-treating. I remember we used to drive to my grandparents' house, go knock on their door. That was always fun. Right next to the leaf piece right there. And I kind of miss those days. I really do. It's everything now is, well, there's some places now they don't want you to go trick-or-treating because of all the violence in the world or in certain parts of town and stuff. And even in the world, it's like, yeah, I know in the bigger cities they go trick-or-treating before it's dark because of all that, and it's kind of sad. When I was a kid, we were trick-or-treating all up to 8:30, 9 o'clock. These type of pieces here was what I'm always after. I haven't used them in anything yet. I just need to get a few more. Okay. Step 51 is just a tooth piece. Yeah, dragging out the build, I see. Haven't worked on my restaurant build yet, but I'm kind of figuring out what kind of interior stuff I want to put in it. So what I'm doing is I'm doing all the interior stuff first. And the reason being is, so when I start building the walls and stuff, I'll have space for it. That's why you always see on my main channel, why does this guy always upload furniture builds? We're getting tired of those. Well, that's why. I want to have a library of furniture builds, clutter items, so when I start building the houses and stuff, I can just pull up a building guide and start going through the furniture right away, not build a house and go, oh, okay, well now I got to put the furniture inside. Is this a hollow stud? I notice more and more sets are getting these hollow studs, which are pretty cool. I can always use those, so I'm glad to see those in here because I could use those for campgrounds. Still have that amphitheater project, but it's starting to fall apart, so I got to back that up into stud so I can preserve it for future, for future stuff. Okay, step 56, be careful. We got a lot of stuff here. So, don't forget the brown horn right here in the back, right there. Almost did, I almost forgot that. I hope this is a durable build. Oh, I forgot to put a hollow stud in there. Almost done here. I mean, this is a nice, quick little build. Just something I'm going to be honest, it's just not my taste. But at least it's a small build. It's a quick build. It's not a lengthy build. Right now we're just building a creepy old tree. Or building Groot's younger brother. Okay. And these go on here like this. Well, that can't be it. It says we're done, but let me make sure. Did I skip a page? Because I still got plenty of parts. Let's put... I mean, I may have forgotten some stuff on here. When it's dark colors like this, usually you get extra horns and stuff, but anyway, well, we forgot one here in the back. Put that in there. Okay. We have a black one. Where did that come from, huh? Okay, maybe it's a spare one when we did that over there. And we have 2 extra studs. Oh, you know what? I'm missing one right there. Oh, yeah, that's why. I think there's supposed to be one in that horn. We'll just stick it on like that first. There we go. We shouldn't have that come off now. And yeah, there's actually one right where this horn's supposed to be, where we're going to yank. All right, well, I mean, I guess that's my mistake, but that shouldn't have came apart that easily. I have to drop down at 8.5. The tree is the worst thing to build here. It's kind of just hodgepodge full of parts. So this is very flimsy here. And that's it. We have one extra black tooth piece. Yeah, it's dark and gloomy, but I give this one the benefit of the doubt because it is a Halloween build. Oh, I forgot to put it back there. Let's pull the tree off again. Just be easier to put it back here anyways. So yeah, out of all the bright, colorful sets, I got sent this. But, you know, Halloween's coming up, so I may just save it for a theme or something like that. And I believe that's it. Any more things that I'm missing here? That's it. And looks good to me. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 5. Now, there's not really a whole lot to set up here. I'm just going to open up the doors. Actually, we'll leave them closed when we do the tour. And we'll put our skeleton here. Just need to attach one leg would be enough. And that's what it is. So that's what $15 gets you right there, folks. Right there. Let me get that level, because right now we're setting up. And for the most part, it is an interesting build, just not my thing. All right. And yeah, let's take a quick look here. That's what this is. Well, let's not take a quick look. Let me just go ahead, since it's set up now. Let's get ready for the dime tour. Here's the Halloween barn all assembled, and just like with the box, this is a very small build. Not skeleton figures, obviously. So here we have our skeleton figure. Some creepy old tree, and here in the back is a barn. We got a bat ornament on the top. These doors do open up, so let's open these up and see what's inside the creepy old barn. And I'm sorry, I got to get my hand in the way here. There's really no easy way to open this up at all. Well, maybe I can just shove my fingers in the back. There we go. And that's what it looks like right there with some teeth inside. You can barely see the ones up there. And then these do open up too. That's if I can get the doors to open up. Now I can't get my finger in there, and there's just a creepy eye in that one. And that's essentially what this is. And that's what it looks like on the back. It's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot to this build. So if you're looking for something that's minifigure scaled, this isn't it. Now we're going to jump right on into the review with play value. And then you can still play with this, but it's not really meant to be a full-blown model. So you'd have to build this up a bit and add more character, add more of a depth to this barn. At least you get a skeleton figure, so you can play with him. Just have him walk around outside and stuff like that. The set also has a good selection of parts for other Halloween builds, or you can use these for other creations. I think a lot of people are going to probably be snagging him out of this set. Now, for build experience, this was an average build for me. It wasn't nothing special, no wow factor. I mean, it's a nice build for Halloween, but for myself as an adult, this one just didn't cut it. It just wasn't exciting enough. I don't know, maybe it's either the lack of sleep that I've had, or it could be the lack of color in this model. Now, it's Halloween, so it's supposed to be dark and gloomy. But for me personally, this set was just not enjoyable to put together. It was just an average build, nothing special. In addition, this set is not a collaborative build. Only with over 200 pieces, only one person can assemble this set, so one person will have to watch the other one build or just take turns. But for the most part, it's just a solo build. Now my score is going to be 8.5 out of 10. I'm taking off a point for a lack of brick separator, and this tree is a bit fragile. You can just barely pull parts off this. Nothing's really anchored down. So you gotta be very careful with this. I see this falling off and parts getting lost, so that's not really good. And the lack of a brick separator. I wish this model did have one included, because I did have to take some stuff apart to correct some mistakes that I made when building the set. And yes, even something this small, I do make mistakes on. Not going to sugarcoat that there. I do make some boobies on things. So it's an average build for that. But it's an okay build for someone who's into Halloween or for a younger builder. For me personally, I just wasn't too interested. But tell me what you think of the set.